What if everything you were taught about success is a lie? You do the right thing, work hard, and trust that honesty pays off, but someone else always gets the promotion, the praise, or the power. Why? Is the system broken? Or is there a secret game being played behind the scenes, one you were never taught to see? Imagine for a moment that the world isn't fair, not because people are evil, but because the rules you're playing by are invisible. What if kindness is a mask, and power is a performance? What if the real winners aren't the best or the brightest, but the ones who know how to bend, adapt, and outmaneuver everyone else? In this video, we're going to strip away the illusions, dig beneath the surface, and reveal the uncomfortable truths that philosophers and power players have known for centuries. If you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're ready to understand how the world really works, and how you can finally play to win, keep watching, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see everything. You wake up every morning determined to do things the right way. You show up early, you follow instructions, you work hard, and you think deep down that the universe is watching, taking notes, and will eventually reward you. Maybe it's the way you were raised, stories of how the virtuous are always rewarded, that truth prevails, that kindness comes back around. But as the years slip by, you start to notice something else. Promotions are handed out, not to the hardest worker, but to the most likable. Praise goes to those with the best connections, not the sharpest minds. And while you're caught up playing fair, being honest, and trusting the system, you realize the world is moving in a different direction. You start to ask yourself, am I missing something? Or is the game itself rigged? Let's get brutally honest. You're not stuck because you're not smart enough. You're not lagging because you lack dedication. No, the world has just changed the rules without telling you, and you're left playing a game that rewards things you were never taught to value. This is the hidden contest beneath every office, every social circle, every institution. The contest between substance and appearance, between performance and politics, between the world you want and the world that is. It's unsettling. It's demoralizing. And at times it feels like a betrayal of everything you were taught. But what if the betrayal is in the lesson, not the reality? What if, behind all the stories of virtue and reward, there's a deeper, older truth, one that philosophers like Machiavelli, Nietzsche, and even Sun Tzu understood centuries ago? This isn't about abandoning your values. It's about understanding the territory you're navigating. Because, as any good strategist will tell you, you can't win a game if you don't know the rules. And in the real world, the rules are written by those who understand power, how it works, how it moves, and how it shapes the fate of everyone it touches. Let's stop pretending. The world doesn't reward goodness for its own sake. The world rewards leverage, adaptability, and the mastery of perception. It's the person who can read the room, shape opinions, and shift narratives that gets ahead. Not always the one who deserves it most. You might recognize the pattern in every workplace, every political movement, every moment in history. The person who advances is often the one who knows how to play the social game, to say the right things, to keep the right people happy. Sometimes it feels like the people who win are the ones who cheat just enough to get by, who bend the rules when no one's looking, who can pretend to be your friend today and your rival tomorrow. If you feel like the world is upside down, you're not crazy, you're just honest. But here's what the great political philosophers have tried to tell us, generation after generation. The world isn't upside down. The world is exactly as it's always been, complex, chaotic, and ruled by those who understand its underlying logic. Niccolo Machiavelli, infamous for his treatise The Prince, didn't encourage cruelty for its own sake. He didn't celebrate corruption. What he did do was force people to see the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. In his own words, a man who wishes to be good all the time will come to ruin among so many who are not good. It's not a celebration of evil. It's a warning, one you ignore at your own peril. But Machiavelli wasn't alone. Friedrich Nietzsche, in Beyond Good and Evil, shattered illusions about morality being a universal truth. There are no moral phenomena at all, he wrote, but only a moral interpretation of phenomena. The rules change depending on who's holding the pen. If you're still holding out hope that virtue will get its turn, I won't blame you. But history, from Caesar to Churchill, from Cleopatra to Steve Jobs, shows that those who succeed aren't always the purest. They're the ones who master the art of playing roles, sometimes hero, sometimes villain, but always in command of their own story. There's a line you've probably heard: just be yourself and everything will work out. But is that true? Or is it the most dangerous advice you can follow in a world built on performance? Here's the truth: life is theater, and everyone's an actor, whether they know it or not. The most powerful people in any room aren't always the smartest or the most skilled. They're the ones who know how to adapt, to adjust their mask, to become exactly who the situation requires. It's not about abandoning your character. It's about choosing which part of yourself to put forward. The philosopher Erving Goffman, in his classic work The Presentation of Self in Everyday Life, argued that all of us are constantly performing, switching masks, managing impressions. We smile when it's time to smile, laugh at the right moments, and say what needs to be said. The difference between the powerful and the powerless isn't whether they wear masks, it's how consciously they choose them. Machiavelli wrote, "It is not essential, then, that a prince should have all the good qualities which I have enumerated, but it is most essential that he should seem to have them." The world doesn't ask if you are good, it asks if you look good. And sometimes it rewards the performance far more than the reality. Think about it. Have you ever lost out to someone who seemed less capable, but somehow everyone just liked them? Have you seen the loudest voice drown out the wisest one, the boldest claim overshadow the hardest facts? That's not an accident. It's the world running on the fuel of performance, of image, of carefully curated perception. But here's the kicker: wearing a mask isn't the same as being fake. It's about strategic authenticity. The best actors on the world stage are those who learn to show the side of themselves that best fits the audience in front of them, without losing touch with who they really are. Most of us are raised on a diet of morality tales. We're told that honesty is its own reward, that the universe balances the scales, that what goes around comes around. But let's ask an uncomfortable question. What if that's only half the truth? What if in the real world morality is only as valuable as the power you have to defend it? History is littered with the stories of idealists crushed by the pragmatic. Saints martyred, reformers exiled, truth-tellers silenced. The lesson isn't that goodness is useless, but that goodness without strategy is fragile. Sun Tzu in The Art of War wrote, "All warfare is based on deception." It doesn't mean abandoning your values. It means knowing how and when to use them. Kindness, honesty, integrity, these are not weaknesses, but they are not always the best shield. Sometimes they are the best weapon, if used wisely. Morality in this sense becomes not a set of chains, but a suit of armor you can put on or take off as the situation demands. The best leaders, whether in history, business, or politics, are those who know when to show compassion, when to stand firm, when to appear generous, and when to wield fear. It's not about being ruthless for the sake of it. It's about knowing what moves people and how to get things done. Let's be clear. This isn't a call to cynicism. It's a call to realism. You can't save the world if you're crushed. Buy it. You can't uplift others if you're always the underdog. The world isn't waiting for your purity. It's waiting for your strength. If you want to thrive, not just survive in this world, there are 3 uncomfortable truths you need to face head-on. We all want to believe that facts will win the day, that truth rises to the top. But in practice, what really drives people is feeling. Fear, hope, envy, belonging, pride. These are the forces that move crowds, win elections, close deals, and start revolutions. A master persuader doesn't just present data. They stir the us. So the philosopher David Hume argued that reason is the servant of the passions. All our rationalizations are just the scaffolding we build around what we feel. If you keep bringing facts to an emotional fight, don't be surprised when you lose. The world's greatest influencers, politicians, religious leaders, CEOs, even your favorite YouTubers, understand this. They tell stories. They make people feel something. They know that the truth alone rarely changes minds, but a feeling, a vision, an aspiration, that changes destinies. From childhood, we're taught to respect rules. Don't cheat, don't cut corners, wait your turn. But in every society, there's a quiet understanding. Those with real power write or rewrite the rules. History shows us that those at the top often find, exploit, or invent loopholes. Sometimes they bend the law, sometimes they break it and pay the price with a smile because the cost is worth it. The rules in this sense are often just fences to keep the herd contained while the wolves roam free. Does this mean you should become reckless? No. It means you should understand how rules actually function. As tools for control, not universal truths, the powerful know when to comply, when to challenge, and when to bypass. The powerless obey blindly and wonder why nothing changes. Think about any major leader, celebrity, or business tycoon. Do you really think they are always confident, always certain, always correct? Of course not. They project these qualities because power at its core is about performance. Robert Greene in the 48 Laws of Power puts it simply, always appear stronger than you are. The world is a stage, and most people don't even realize they're playing a role. Those who do, the true masters, shape their destiny. Confidence, charisma, the ability to speak with authority, these are learned, practiced, and performed. You don't have to be the best, but you do have to look like you belong at the top. And while others worry about authenticity, the ones who shape the world know how to write their own script. If this journey into the mind and soul resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy, human nature, and timeless wisdom. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you see the battle between reason and desire playing out in your life? Remember, true understanding begins within. Stay curious, question everything, and keep seeking the light beyond the shadows. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.